Right. Just connecting to Discord. It takes a little while for the mic to kick in and still nothing happening. There we go. It's working now. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Steve.
Hello, everybody. Let me get this shut down. I've been watching a TT qualifying from earlier today.
Oh, the Isle of Man TT.
Yeah, I'm a huge TT fan.
Yeah.
Big
right,
Michael
folks.
Dunlop fan.
Welcome back to VP4TV. We're joined tonight by Steve. You know who he is, or at least you should do now after this many years.
Hey,
we've got a one-loss side match with LS3 and Mr. Fox. Now, Mr. Fox arrived a few minutes ago. No sign of LS3, but in the meantime, very quickly, Spud Boy is getting butchered by Cobra at the moment. I gave him a task of getting 2 racks, or I'd ban him from my YouTube channel. I don't know. It wasn't going well when I looked in, and I don't know whether it's going any better. We've got Bill in Albinario at 8 o'clock, and Slim's covering that one. He's doing the the Spud Boy Cobra match at the moment, and then he'll jump over to Bill and Albinario at 8 o'clock. But this is the one I'm covering tonight, Mr. Fox and LS3. And then we've got those other matches. The Shibo Bedhead match has been rearranged, for tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I should be there for that as well. And then there's the other ones to follow. Right, let's see if LS3 is going to drop in. This could be very close. I don't know what way it'll go, because again, Mr. Fox tends to blow more cold than hot in these tournaments. But if he's on form, he could run a blitz, and LS3 could probably do the same. And the good news is, she's arrived. So race to 15, and it starts in about a minute and a half's time when the room goes up. I'm just going to jump into this Spud Cobra match just to see if I can jinx Cobra.
Yeah, just a quick look. This is a tough kind of match for Spud Boy, because
oh dear,
at his level and at Cobra's level, it's a difficult task, because I just don't think Spud Boy's used to playing matches where he doesn't get chances, and that's a tough thing.
Oh, he's got a great cut in that 7 ball. This cue ball needs to slow up, or he's going to be hooked. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, it's all up to you, Spud Boy. Just pot this 8 and come across the table. We've got to stay and see this.
Well, it'd be nice if he could win a game. Yeah.
Well, he's overcut it. Oh dear. Right, that's enough of that. He's 9-0 down, and he's running out of racks. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Welcome back to Bill. Defty, welcome to Matt, and anybody else that's cared to watch.
Hey, CP. Hi, Bill. Hi, Defty. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a fun match. It could go either way.
Right.
I mean, LS3, she's one of the players I thought that could kind of move up. She's definitely got better. She plays a lot smarter than she used to.
Right, we seem to be oh, there we go. We've got action. LS3 in the right.
But she took a big break from VP for a while.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Fox has nailed it. That is a perfect lag.
Yeah,
nobody's beating that.
Lag not so important in this. But, if you run 6 racks off the get-go, then it looks more important.
There's a lot of money on this match. Do you care to elaborate on that, Matt? Double chat on screen. Where are you seeing that?
I don't see double chat. Do a refresh.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just refresh the stream, because the chat's perfectly fine on screen that I'm looking at the moment.
Todd's picking LS3. Money being shared. Boy.
Well, what money are we talking about? Oh, is it Spectre Don's birthday, is it? Well, happy birthday to him.
Yeah, he doesn't come in and watch too many of these, does he? If he does, he doesn't talk.
No, he goes into he likes Slim better than he likes me. He goes into Slim's channel and chats in there. I noticed that. If he's watching in here, he says nothing. Well, I messaged Stubb about Matt's proposals to him to get some of them answered, and all I got was a lot of gobbledygook back again.
Well, Stubb, I mean, what do you expect?
He don't like Scottish.
Well, him and everybody else, come on.
Well, I just love the English, so I do. Right, well, we've got a problem in this table. We can all see where it is. And LS3's trying to get down and dirty. Oh, she's fluked to 3. Well, did she fluke the 3?
Boy, that was a pretty shot. Didn't come out where she wanted, but
well,
she can bank this 4. This 4 banks. And this really isn't that hard to bank if you
Well, you talk about the cross bank crossover.
Yeah, the 4 banks.
Yeah, it does. You can get enough of it.
It's going to throw. You don't even need probably as much as there is.
Oh, no. Well, it certainly wasn't banking at that pace.
Or what she was doing. She put a bunch of English on it, I think, to hold the cue ball, but she'll need a little. She need to hit it and go up and down. But, those kind of shots are uncomfortable. But watch out, cue ball.
Oh, Stubb won't accept your friend request, coldest pillow.
The question is, why are you trying to friend him? That's the real thing we want to know.
Yeah. You know something? I've never, and I never will, I have never sent a friend request to anybody in VP4 other than Stubb, just to annoy him. But nobody else. Not a single person. I might have sent one to Steve. I can't remember. I probably did, because Steve's not the type that sends out friend requests either. So I think I sent one to Steve, and I think he regretted actually doing that at the time. That was like getting blood from a stone.
Yeah. She tried to get by the 8. That was a tough shot to get by it. It was very tight.
Well, this 7 ball's easy enough to get to, so Mr. Fox should be out here.
He should be. First match jitters, maybe not at the touch yet. I mean, anything could happen, but I agree, he should be out.
Right, Steve, when are you going tramping up and down these mountains again?
It's coming later this month. I'm leaving.
Right, he's bumped to 7, and that could have got ugly there very quickly, but he's okay.
Yeah, I would have never done that. I mean,
no, I wouldn't have been near it.
That's just taking a chance. But it's good now. Yeah, Mr. Fox, he looks like the kind of guy that could really play till he does something like that, where that's just kind of sloppy with the cue ball. I mean,
he likes to run the cue ball loose a lot of times.
I like the pace he hits the ball. He knows how to play. I think, he's one of the people that could be a lot better. Needs to tighten up the cue ball a little bit.
Well, Interchange X, Rabbi sort of lost his way during that match. I think the nerves were getting the better of him more than they were you. He started making the unforced errors, too many of them at the wrong time.
Well, I see a safety here. I'd be surprised if it's not shot. I mean, this is easy. Stick it right on the rail there. Yep. Well, didn't get the stick. Might still get safe though. And that's going to work.
Well, looking ahead in this rack, unless something else, something probably could get bumped here, and that's hit the 8 ball. I was going to say the 8 and 9 would end up as a combo, but that hit theirs opened that up. So
that was actually a pretty good chance to make the 9, but missed the 1. I mean, there was a pretty good chance to billiard the 9 in. So let's see what LS3 can do here. Really not a whole lot of trouble. The 5-7 combo looks pretty good. Whoa, overhit that a little bit. And those are the kind of mistakes you just don't want to make, you know. That can happen with draw, but, you know, you're better off being a foot further than a foot closer.
Well, here's my take on it. I think it might be better that snooker has a year off to maybe generate more hunger towards it, because the entrance to the snooker has been, well, everything's been declining as far as that goes. You only need to look at Friday Night 9-ball. But really, as far as the calendar goes and looking at the anniversary, it's Cowboy. That would be the next one. There would only be 2 in the one pocket final. That, I mean, sooner or later you work that out.
We got to get these Vietnamese playing. We got a lot of Vietnamese coming in. Problem with the Vietnamese, they don't have any money.
Yeah, they're all gratis. Pretty much, as far as I've seen, every one of them's gratis.
I mean, in Vietnam, what you pay for a pint over there in Scotland, that might be what they make in a day.
What is it they have over there? Dong or something daft like that? That Mickey Mouse money. I think it's dong, isn't it? Something like that. There's some country over that part of the world works with dongs. What? What's Jollibee? Well, one good pot in a 3 and a combo with a 5 and 7, possibly. Wiped it sweet. Cue balls leaked away a wee bit further. But
I've already got the Vietnamese translation done. It works. I'm doing German right now. It's going to be a pretty major upgrade, though, because it's a 64-bit executable. I got to figure out if I'm going to still support 32-bit. I have a feeling if I don't, there's going to be people that aren't going to be able to play. How many of you guys still on 32-bit computers?
I can't believe there's anybody.
Well, I don't know if you realize this, but there's still a 32-bit version of Windows 10 out there. You know, Windows 10 isn't that old, and there's still a 32-bit version of it, and it won't run 64-bit programs. Now, Microsoft is going to stop supporting that in October, so it's reached end of life. But you know how a lot of these players are. They're running super old computers with who knows what.
I can't remember when. I mean, I think certainly my last 2, maybe my last 3 PCs have all been 64-bit. It's a long while ago since I had 32-bit PC.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of reason to, but I guess I'll find out if I switch to 64-bit only. See how many people complain. So that's not true, Defty. I mean, Windows 10 has a 32-bit version. Windows 10 isn't that old, is it? Is it really that old?
No. There's I've had no problems with VP4 with.
Yeah, it was released in July 29th, 2015.
A Spud got a rack. Well, he's running out of racks to get his second one, but well done to him for getting something.
LS3 is going to tie this up. Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of stupid that VP4 hasn't had a 64-bit version, but I would like to not have to support 32 because it's a pain in the ass having to support another version.
Well,
that can't be that bad, but yeah, it is.
Well, is it not time that VP4, came to the real world? I mean, if you look at any game that's released now, I can't think of any game that's on Steam now that isn't 64-bit. Especially these big budget games. I mean, that's a given. that they're all 64-bit. Something has to die out sooner or later, and
Just for your information, the Steam client is still 32-bit, which cracks me up.
I could believe that. I mean, they're forever updating it. I mean, sometimes you get 3 or 4 updates a day. It's that bloody bad.
Well, you would think that, Defty, but when I do it, I guarantee you there's going to be complaints. The question is going to be how many people. You're going to find out somebody like Tam has a 32-bit computer and can't play anymore. Then Hugh's going to have a fit because a fellow Scotsman can't play. This is how it goes.
No, we're not that cheap, Steve. Come on.
Yeah, well, when was the last time you bought a new computer?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, when I bought mine, it was top of the range at the time, and it's still a bloody good PC when it works. Yeah, this is tight, this 4-ball, by the way.
I'm probably going to try just going straight 64-bit, see what happens.
I don't think you get much trouble. Now, let's be honest, you won't get any problems. I mean, you might get a mad Turk hounding you again, Steve, and I'll have to deal with it. Watch the cue ball.
Watch out. Well, this is a change when a Scotsman is more optimistic than I am.
Oh, aye, that's the great news, Steve. I told the guys earlier on, and they were overwhelmed with excitement when I announced it in the last live stream earlier this afternoon. Eurotruck is bringing buses into the game, and that's going to draw a lot more people into the game, because we've always had bus mods in Eurotruck, and they're finally SCS have listened. See how some developers listen, Steve. You know how you don't listen when I'm telling you things that you should get into the game, that my camera thing you should bring into the game. That type of thing.
Do you know how to park a bus?
But right, tell me.
It's a formula. So you it depends on the bus. It's a little different depending on the model, but you get like the rear wheels about the back bumper of the car you're going to park behind. And then there's a formula for how many turns of the wheel, how far you move, how many turns of the wheel. It's all a formula.
Yeah. Well, I managed to stay awake for that, Steve. I'll give you that.
When you have to park the bus and you don't know the formula, you'll find out that it's difficult without.
I've parked many a bus in Eurotruck. I'm an expert.
I thought they just got buses.
No. There's been mod buses available to install in the game. I've had buses in Eurotruck for years. But the cities in the game covers pretty much the whole of Europe, and down into the far eastern Europe now, and all of the cities that the developers put in the game have all got bus stations in them. They're just never used, but there will be now. This is why you have to go with the times, Steve. You have to get all the good camera stuff in for VP for live streaming, because VP was never made for live streaming, and a lot of games nowadays are. You've got to get with the modern times. You're back in the 1980s here. You need to go with the flow. 64-bit and sod them that don't have it. That's it. It's tough. Life's tough. Get a new computer. You don't need to get an expensive one for VP. Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh.
Yeah, well, you may depending on what graphics I support in the future.
Yeah, you can have any graphics. My PC will run it no problem. As long as it runs, that is.
Well, that was a good idea. Didn't get there, and I think she's going to pay for it. Now, the 5-ball does not go in the corner past the 9.
No, it's far too tight.
The thing that you should do is bank it, because that's a very easy bank. You need to come back a little bit and bank it. And if you
Yeah,
don't
but
bank it, it means you have absolutely no confidence in being able to make a bank because you're not going to get a much better bank than this.
well, let's just say the 6 ball is.
And that's it. Has absolutely no confidence can make a bank. Now she's got a choice here. She can shoot this or she can play safe. I think she can get the cue ball behind it where she can shoot it in the side pocket.
Yeah, but no joy with this 6 ball. This 6 ball's not going anywhere fast, Steve. That's too tight past the 8.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have said bank the 5 if I knew the 6 ball went. Well, the billiard's easy. You just got to get down to the end rail. It's
Now, what's she doing here? Is she trying to
sure what she's
stall
doing.
behind the 9? No, she's trying to bump it. Oh, that'll work. That's a beautiful shot.
Well,
that is a beautiful little shot.
I'm not sure how she did that, but it was really good.
Maybe a little bit of bottom. Wait a minute, let me think. Was it bottom left English she would have done that? Maybe kicked it towards it. But anyway, it worked.
Yep, and she's going to tie the score up again. This looks like they're going to be tied at the hip for pretty much this whole thing.
What's that Last of Us? Is that one of these zombie games? Because they're boring. I had that Dead Island game years ago. I've still got it in Steam. But all that was zombies running at you. Well, Popman's arrived. Well, in the room he has. Now, I still haven't seen the result coming up for that. No, it's not over yet, I don't think, that match with Spud Boy and Cobra. It'll appear in the room, won't it? Because we're in the tournament room. Yeah, it should appear. Well, we're 2 apiece. 1 ball. Look at the 1 ball for the left side pocket. Oh, that just died a death, that rack. That whole centre line of balls just died.
Yeah, you got more chance of doing that with a cut break. I think this ball is going to get shot. It goes. I don't know why you wouldn't shoot it. You may want to use a little left English to kind of kill it up in the corner and hold it for the 2. She's not going to kill it. And here's the problem with not killing it. This is what happens. That's why you need a little bit of left English to kill it.
Did that get a little rub off the 5 there? Let's have a wee look at that. Did that get a rub off the 5? It looked as if it did.
But this is what happens when you don't shoot the shot the right way. You get this. Now, I will say that, you know, that center ball hits easier to make cuts.
Well, good evening to Jose. He's just given us the good news that not Popman. Welcome to Popman, by the way. But Spud Boy has got his second rack in the board, so he's safe. He's escaped the ban. I gave my target a 2.
Some of the graphics cards are a little ridiculously priced, but whatever's 1,400 quid today is going to be 500 or 600 quid tomorrow. So you can just wait.
Oh, I thought that was tight past the 9, but it does go.
It's got almost the hole. It's like 98% of the pocket.
So listen to this, Steve. Paris Saint-Germain, that's a French football club based in Paris, obviously. They were playing Inter Milan, the Italian, one of the big Italian teams, last night in the Champions League final, or what used to be known as the European Cup. And to cut a long story short, Paris Saint-Germain won it. It was played in Munich in Germany, and they won it 5-0, and they could have blown them away probably 10-0 if they tried. But you know what the Paris fans did to celebrate? They bloody rioted in Paris. 2 people get killed. Dozens of people were arrested for illegal possession of fireworks, and there was setting things on fire. So that's how they celebrate in France when they win a tournament.
Well,
I mean, it's just crazy.
That's old news. I read that this morning.
Oh, you read it? Oh, you did.
Yeah.
You did read the news. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I read the news every morning.
We don't think that that type of football result and stuff generates any interest.
It doesn't, but the riot does. I think this got left. I don't know if it's makeable or not. It's close.
Yeah, that will cut, I think.
You certainly can hit it. I think it can be made.
Yeah, you can cut that. No idea where the cue ball's ending up, but you can cut it. It might bump the 3 if you just tweak it a little bit. Nope, try to duck. And not very well played. Might be okay though, but it's dead for a bank again, this one ball.
Oh, it's got to be twisted even for the bank, I think. It's close.
Oh, you could have a point there. It's a bit tight.
That's the problem with trying to twist it. It's easy to throw the ball and overcut it.
Second prize, though.
Yeah, that's going to work.
Lately, I've been experiencing graphical issues with VP4. It seems like I'm losing frames and it's skipping. I restart and it works fine. Any ideas? I have a 5700. Well, you shouldn't be having any graphic issues with VP4.
Yeah, I would make sure that you're not running out of memory. Other stuff that could potentially be using graphics card memory, because if you start running out and it's got to start swapping things, then it's going to hurt the frame rate.
I can't think. I mean, very rarely we get people having graphic issues with VP4. At least I don't hear anybody complaining about it that way.
Yeah, I've got a couple funny issues I need to look into. I think Van Winkle and somebody else are having a problem starting up where they get a white screen for 30 seconds. This is on VP4, not online, and I actually reproduced it today. So I have to take a look and see what's going on with that.
I've never had that issue either. Not that I play offline that often, but no, everything's, touch wood, everything's going okay at the moment.
Well, offline works in 64-bit too, except, let's see, what's not working? The movie player. I gotta fix the movie player. There. And online, everything works except it doesn't log in the online browser, so I gotta fix that too. That's the problem with changing stuff. Then nothing wants to work.
Oh, that was a nasty bump there. But there's an edge, but I don't think there's much you can do in terms of keeping this safe.
There's no edge there. That's corner hooked.
Is it? No.
Yeah, it's hooked on the titty. Oh, it's
no,
the 5
it's
ball.
Fine.
Never mind.
It's
I was
fine.
looking at the 6 ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
But that's not gonna do any good unless we get some luck. Yeah, that's this looks like it's going to be 3-3. So the pattern's been Fox gets one and then LS3 ties. It's been like that for every single game so far this match.
Well, you do the normal things when you think you have a graphical problem. Update your drivers, update them. You can only do the basic stuff without trying to meddle with anything else.
The simplest way to verify that that it works is just to go back to older system restore point, and that'll give you whatever drivers you had, whatever applications, put your system back how it used to be. And Or you could just take a look at what you've installed lately, uninstall it, make sure you're not running a bunch of other stuff.
Which says some guys in the lobby earlier were complaining about a Windows update. Now, here's the thing about a Windows update. I watched a video yesterday on YouTube, a guy talking about Windows update KB something number, you know what I mean, was causing some sort of issue which could cause problems with your PC, blue screen of death.
Not auto updating. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you don't, then you don't get the security updates and things that, maybe you really want. And if you do, you always take the chance it's going to break something.
Well, I think one thing you're better doing is if you see what the updates. I don't have auto updates on. I always go in and check it regularly and see if it tells you, cumulative update, this, that, KB something. You're better Googling that first before you install it, because sure enough, you'll find people saying, well, I installed this update and this is happening and that's happening. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Windows, as it is, and it's always been the case, it's like buying a game that is early access on Steam. How many early access games are there on Steam where all you're getting is basically a bare bones game, and then they add things to it? All you're doing is acting as a tester, and that's what we're all doing with Windows, because half the time it's bugged, and then all the updates come. Windows 10 is up. I did the PC ready check and it said not ready. Don't worry about that, Pot Man. Yeah, about the TPM thing.
I thought it was only the 32-bit that's unsupported later this year.
What, Windows 10?
Yeah.
I mean, how cheeky are Microsoft, though, Steve? I mean, they tell you that as of October or whenever it is, they're going to shut down support, updates for the antivirus and everything.
I may be wrong about that, because I'm looking at it now and it's not saying just 32-bit. It's saying all of Windows 10.
Yeah. Well, but how cheeky are Microsoft, though, to tell you that your PC is not going to be supported on Windows 10 come the end of whenever it is, but if you pay $30 or whatever it is, you can have support for the next year. That's a load of bullshit. I mean, that is just daylight robbery to actually put that on the table for customers. And the sad thing is, there's enough suckers out there that will pay that.
A little different view of things. If you're in a Apple environment, they force you to upgrade all the time. They would have never supported something 10 years like Microsoft did with Windows 10. They just force you to upgrade. So you don't even get the choice. The fact that they're offering this, because, they don't want to keep supporting it. And even with the money that they're getting.
There's a 9.
Whoa. That was sweet. I guarantee it's not worth it to them to support it, even for the $30. They're just doing this. They're doing this so that people that don't have a computer that can run Windows 11 have another year. And the reason they're charging $30 is because nobody's motivated to do anything if you do it for free. They'll just procrastinate for another year and it'll be the same thing over again. This way, you're having to pay to stay on Windows 10, and you know it, and it brings the reality to the front that I need to get a new computer. Yeah, no. Apple, go to Apple. They force you to upgrade everything.
Well, I wouldn't have had Windows 11 because I'd looked at loads of videos with people telling you how to bypass it, and none of them were really numpty-proof. But the guy I watched explained it plain and simple and showed you step by step, and I followed him to the word, and everything installed fine, no problems. And I'm getting updates and everything for it, and they can shut down Windows 10 whenever they want now. I don't care.
Well, Windows 11 is definitely more stable. The updates are better. Everything about Windows 11 is better than Windows 10. And they even made it so if you hate the new interface, you can go to the old one or something like the old one.
Yeah, well, I've always the first thing I did when I updated that to Windows 11 was update the classic shell, and I've got rid of most of the crap. The desktop stuff that Microsoft have on your desktop that you don't need. I've got rid of all of that. I'm back to something that I know how to navigate around. I've got no problems. I've got nothing to learn as far as that goes. So everything's hunky dory as far as it goes.
You guys don't know how bad things can be. I mean, you think you do, but you don't. I just spent 3 days trying to get VP4 to link. Just the link. I spent 3 days.
To link what?
Well, when you put a program together, it's compiled into modules, and they have to link, and they link with libraries and other third-party programs and things.
This is you talking in engineer speak, Steve. You got to speak for numpties that are viewing this, i.e., me. You might as well speak Welsh. It means nothing to us.
It's called linking. That you're putting together modules that have different functionality. Just think of it as different parts of the game have to be put together. They call it linking. Things call each other. So it's taken me 3 days to get it to link. I mean, that's typical with Windows too. I mean, VP4 is a complicated program, but you guys have no idea the pain. You have a little problem with the computer.
You're calling it pain. But let's be honest, Steve. You're like a pig in shit. That's the type of thing you love mucking about with and dealing with and working out problems.
Oh no. I like being productive and making progress and putting new things in, not spending 3 days trying to get the damn thing to link.
You can feel your life ebbing away if you're stuck at 3 days doing that.
Oh, it's just horrible. And Windows has always been like that.
Oh, here's Hairpig the expert arrived.
Yeah, well. So yeah, I spent a tremendous amount of time going to 64-bit, which really doesn't add any functionality. Yep. Although it is allowing me, it's making it easier to do things. I did get the language translation in, so that was a big thing.
Well, you know where to go to when you're looking for a numpty, gullible Scots person to test the 64-bit in their PC before you ship it out to all the other poor people.
Well, there's no Scottish language translation. So there's no Scottish, there's no Stubbish.
The only Welsh I know is Iachida and Llanfarpol, Gwyngath, Gogereth, Landroblith, Llantysilio, Gogoch. That's the only thing I know.
Well, Pop, man, at one point they offered it for free. At one point, if you had Windows 10, they'd give it to you for free. I kind of doubt they're doing that anymore. You probably have to buy it.
What the hell are you saying, Popman? So how did Hugh get Windows 11 on for free? I followed the instructions in the video on YouTube, and I didn't pay. Do you seriously think I'm paying anything for Windows 11?
Yeah,
buy a new computer.
And they may offer that deal again. They may be offering it now because they're coming to end of life. They may offer free upgrades to Windows 11.
Well, it is free at the moment if your PC, meets the criteria, which they've made sure that most people's don't. That's the problem. They made sure most people's PCs that they've had for 9 years don't bloody come into their compatibility qualifications.
I'm not sure it's made sure. Again, you don't understand that you've lived in an environment where they've done everything they could to ensure backward compatibility. Go to Apple and see how long things stay compatible. I mean, the fact that Microsoft has been able to support things for umpty years back is actually pretty amazing. Apple does not do that. They're just like, buy a new one.
Yeah, but I think most people that have Apple computers are are gullible enough anyway. They were gullible in the first place to get an Apple PC. My mouse, this is my old mouse, has just disconnected. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm just going to tab out, because you need to tab out. See, that's the thing that bugs me, Steve. Why is it you have to tab out a VP4 to disconnect your mouse and plug it back in, or else you have the mouse cursor on the screen? That's always happened to me.
Well, because the game has to capture the mouse cursor.
Right, hang on a minute. I think the mouse is playing up. I might need to.
It's just the way their API is, because we're capturing it so that there is no mouse cursor and there's no boundaries of the windows. You know, when you do that, you have to recapture it.
Let's try it again, see if we can get it working this time. Right, that's it working again. Let me just go back to the game.
There's an answer you didn't understand at all, and it was a waste of my time to even say it.
Well, I actually wasn't listening to you, Steve, because I was trying to get my mouse to work.
Because you wouldn't have understood it anyways.
Right, I think I'm good to go again. No, see, there's the cursor on the screen. See? Right, hang on. One more tab. I'm going to go to my my other backup mouse, and I'll just fix that. The other way I used to do it was to bring up a second desktop, and that's a guaranteed fix. And then tab back into VP4 and you'd get rid of the cursor. Right, hold on. I'm tabbing out. Right, that's gone. Let's plug in my other one, and that should be good to go in a second. He says confidently. Hang on. Right, there we go. Right, I think we'll be fine now. Oh shit, it's still there. All right, I'm going to go to a second desktop, and I'll disconnect it, plug it back in, shut that.
Todd, I mean, they go the extra mile at Microsoft. That's just their philosophy. It's always been like that. Apple's has always been the opposite.
Right, that's us fixed. We're good now, folks. No more interruptions. Anyway, where have we got to in this match? Mr. Fox with a 2-rack lead.
We finally got a 2-rack gap, and this is the shot right here for the whole rack, right? This shot right here. She gets on the 4 good, she'll be out. Ooh, well, you got to make the 3 too, though. That hurts.
Who do you think is playing best? What, between these two at the moment?
Well, they're both making mistakes.
Yeah.
This shot's a little tricky here. He goes for the big draw out. Well, he's okay. This is
yeah.
You can do a little quick soft draw, or you can go 3 rails and try to get by the 7. He looks like he's going to 3 rails, and he didn't hit it. It's probably good enough. Only problem with that is now you're going to have to run into the 6 ball or play safe. But I don't see Fox playing safe. That doesn't seem to be much in his repertoire.
No, that ain't going to happen. Well, the run into the 6 has worked out perfect.
That was a nice little bump there. So it's looking like it's going to be 7-4. And this is getting a little gap here.
Who's saying no sound? What's happening, Popman? You always, it always worries me when somebody says something.
Yeah, but
what's Popman's trouble?
He's saying there's no sound.
No, he's probably just muted the actual live stream, monkeying about with the screen, and he's hit the mute with mistake. I hope that's all it is.
Make sure it's not muted.
Well, LS3's now got work ahead. Get back into this. Brake might be dry. And that 8 ball, is it going to give enough room? It has. Or has it?
It's tight.
Oh, that I don't think it has. That's too tight. I don't think you can get to it.
And the safety's kind of tricky here. You can try banking the one. That's kind of tricky too. This is a you could push out here.
Well, why
You know,
not just? I mean, can you not just bump it around and hope it misses the traffic and hold the cue ball behind the 8?
It's hard to miss the 4 ball. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah. It looks as if it's dead into that. You know, she's. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't going to work.
Well, she played your shot, Hugh. Of course, you could have blasted it, and maybe you got lucky.
Right. Pop man, hold your hand up. You're a numpty. He had it muted.
Yeah, well, sometimes
you can
depending
tell
on how YouTube's set up, if you just refresh it, it may come back muted.
Yeah, you can tell that we've got too many elderly people watching this live stream, and Popman's one of them. That's a senior moment.
This is a shot visually that's funny. Players tend to overcut this. And that's right in the heart.
Yeah, that match has started with Albie and Bill, and Cold as Pillow says Albie's 3-0 up already. 10 minutes into the match.
Those guys have a history, and it's pretty one-sided.
Now, I've got a question. Oh, there it is. The result is through. I missed it. Oh, Spud Boy got 3 racks. Well done to Spud Boy. He's safe. He's not. He's
that's pretty good.
He saved himself from the ban from a YouTube channel.
Well, so far, fantastic Mr. Fox has been more steady than LS3.
Where is Spud Boy? I thought he'd come into the stream. Well, I wanted to give him something to focus on, and clearly it worked. You don't need sports psychologists when I'm around. That got Spud Boy focused, and he got 3 racks. He done better than I targeted him for. Well, it's going to have to be a good bedhead cut here. What's he looking at?
Well, hopefully he's looking at going 3 or 4 rails. Well, that was really hit hard.
Hang on a minute. Boom. Bye-bye. That's what happens when you run the cue ball.
Well, that's what happens when you run it. You don't know where it's going. Hit that way harder than you needed to.
And that's just a little chink of daylight there for LS3. Now, I keep asking this. I keep saying this. Are we going to get the follow-up rack? Just to get yourself into that little bit of rhythm. And the 4 ball is going to catch the knuckle. No, it hasn't. And the pot is on. Or is it? Nope.
I have to play safe. You can try to put this on the 2 ball. It's a little bit tricky. It's very sensitive to where you hit on the 1. Actually, I don't think you can put it on the 2 ball. There's not enough.
I don't think she can hit the 1. Oh, you're right. You can hit the 1. That's tricky.
You need to be able to hit more of the 1 ball to get that safety. So this is looking pretty good. Just bump the 9 and run out. Just like that.
Yeah, this is wide open now. All about cue ball. Who's got vertigo? Cobra just says he's got vertigo. I don't know who he's referring to.
He's probably talking about Spud Boy. Are you saying his head's spinning after playing that match with you?
Got a message on YouTube, and I'm a moderator on your channel. I think I must have made you a moderator years ago. So long ago, I don't even remember.
Yep, good shot. Yeah, Fox has been pretty solid here.
Well, Coldest Pillow's asking to be muted, because as soon as he types something like "Don't time me out," that's the first thing you do. But he said he had vertigo during the match. What was he doing? Standing on the top of a tall building?
Standing on his head.
Well, Mr. Fox keeping LS3 at arm's length here. Oh dear, there we go with the big stun. Can never rely on that. And another gift for LS3 just to keep in touch. Well,
Wow.
these could come back to haunt Mr. Fox before this night's out.
Yeah, you just don't want to be gifting
You don't
away.
need to slam it. That's right enough. Never needed to slam that. He just wanted to pay the big fancy stun shot onto the rail and back out. It looks good, but when you don't get the major part of the job right in the first place, you end up looking an umpty. One behind. So, Steve, do you fancy an early start Wednesday? I mean, we're talking breakfast time start because there is a match on Wednesday with Acero, and I've completely forgotten who he's playing. Somebody
Spectre
tell
Dawn.
me.
Spectre Dawn. Yeah.
So that's like what, 7 o'clock in the morning, your time, 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
It's 9 a.m. my time, but I'm not going to be there for it.
Well, don't say I didn't offer.
Oh, you know, I'm sure it's going to be a good match. I mean, that's a couple of quality players.
If
that was well done there.
If Acero plays like he did in his last match, then he could give Spectre Dawn trouble.
Coldest Pillow wants to know what time I wake up. Well, there's an easy answer to that. I wake up when my eyelids roll back.
He walked into that, Coldest Pillow. I mean, talk about gullible. I mean, he asks a question where he can put his foot straight in it and get the the typical answer back.
Well, I used to have a 4-legged alarm clock, but I don't anymore, so now it's just au naturel. Well, that's not going to work.
Well, it could be all square here in a minute.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Very short odds it's going to be all square now. Six, 1 to Albie. Come on, Bill. Let's make a match of this. Well, LS3's, I mean, she's not really had to work that hard to get back into this, to be honest with you. She's been ably assisted by her opponent at the moment.
That's a tough one overcoming. You know, when you play a player that's a real strong player and you have a bad history of them, that's a tough thing to overcome mentally.
Oh, Bill's he's at the dirty end of the stick with Albinario over the years, so he has.
Yeah,
getting them in the first round and whatever, or meeting them in the second round.
It's very tough to get over that kind of thing. I mean, my recommendation is bathroom break.
Yeah, do something just to break the monotony.
So I had a guy I was playing, real strong player. I played him 3 times before and lost every time. And I'm playing him and I'm losing again. I'm getting drilled. And so I took a bathroom break, and I'm in there holding my business, and I'm thinking, you know, well, I've got one of these, so go out and lose like a man. And I went out and fired at him, and I won the match. And later that day, I was back into the loser's bracket. I played him in the semifinals of the loser's bracket, and I drilled him again. So
there you go.
The moral of the story is go to the bathroom.
Take a break.
But you gotta have a talking to yourself. You can't it's not just go to the bathroom. You gotta talk to yourself.
Even though it looks silly when you're standing over the urinal talking to yourself, it looks daft and people want to avoid you, but it works.
But if you come back out and win, then it was worth it.
So here we go, LS3 and all the balls are there. They all have a pocket. It's the usual story. Move the cue ball.
That is well done there. A little
Yeah.
overhead, but you can roll forward and shoot the 3 in the same pocket. Or you could probably just do a little dink shot here. Either way, a little dink.
This is a wee bit touchy to play the little dink to try and hold it for a decent line.
Well, may just roll it. It's a natural to roll a little bit of top just to get past the 8.
That will not do any harm. It might in terms of it's slightly the wrong side, but I mean, this could easily be worked.
Yeah, this is fine.
Well, you're bringing us news, Matt, and it's all bad news as far as having a match is concerned. 7-1 to Albie.
You know, Albin seems real serious on this one. He's
I mean,
winning too much lately.
Yeah, Albie's nose has been out of joint there for the last couple of tournaments. Definitely, he's out for revenge, and anybody standing in his way is going to get this sort of doing.
That's a little close for comfort.
Yeah, but she's getting there though. Now, I think I always like to play this just a stun and stun it high enough. And that's going into the side. I would always like to just go up the table. Don't know why, but that's a force of habit.
That was simple. This isn't a bad angle. I mean,
that's perfect. That's fine.
Normally you don't play shape for the side pockets, but when it's a really simple thing, you do. Or a lot of times when you come on multiple rails, you do. There's certain times when it's good.
Is this the first time LS3's been in the lead? Other people watching this have been paying more attention than we have, but
I believe it is the first time.
I think it is. Halfway through, where's the cue ball going? Oh, dry and safe. Well, he's playing the push out. Well, there isn't enough there to cut it into the left corner, I don't think. No, there isn't. But if you can bank this back up the table, you can put this cue ball into that line of balls and put them in trouble here. You got to get the cue ball moving, though, LS3. You haven't got the cue ball moving. Oh dear. That wasn't a difficult shot. It was just about the pace. Oh, and now the one ball's not wanting to go in either.
Boy. And that's
oh, look at this.
Well, you can't. This is tough because it's so deep.
Tight.
It's hard to make it without scratching.
Oh, that's going around the corner. That's going around the corner. The cue ball. That's never getting there.
I think you can go behind the 7 ball, and that's the kick you want. Kick it hard. Try to hit it on the high side. I think it goes. You hit the cue ball right behind the 7. I don't know why she's not looking at it. Because this is tough.
Oh, that is a beautiful stroke. What a shot that was.
I guess not tough for her.
Yeah, I mean, I always say this about Massey shots. You either get them perfect or completely nowhere near it, and that was beautiful.
Well, you might as well fire this in if you can make that, huh?
Well, it was terrible as far as getting position in the 2 goes, but other than that, it was a good shot.
Fire this in, turn the cue ball loose, and run out. Or you bank it and place the safety. Well, she tried to, but she didn't get behind the 3-4. Right idea.
That's messed up the 3, although it is a combo that you can make.
Yeah, or you can try run into it here.
Well, got to get high enough up.
He's doing neither. So, well, I mean, you could have banked it in the side, but not from there. So this is kind of shitty. This is what you don't want. I
Does
would be
that
playing
3 bank
safe.
though? Does it bank?
Boy,
Although you're not going to be great in the 4 either, are you?
It's close. It's close. It double banks. I think that's what he played, was a double bank.
You might be right. Yeah.
And I like that. That's interesting.
Oh dear, Matt. You keep bringing us bad news. 9-1 to Albinario. This is this is where the main bloodbath is tonight, by the look of it.
She went for it.
Oh, and look at this. Look at this for a roll. Not a difficult hit, obviously. Now, again, off the back end of this 3, this cue ball could scratch.
You could kick this in, but there's a scratch kicking it in, too. He's going the other way. And...
oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No love. So the question is she going to shoot this? There is a shot there. You come below the 6, go back across. But if you're going to shoot it, you got to make sure you get below the 6, or you have to get above the 8. I like below the 6 myself. Running into the 6 does you no good, or the 8.
Oh, well, if it hadn't hit that, it's still doable, but not now. I think that 8 ball just rolled in the path. Yeah. And now you've got to get clever here.
Well, you could do the dink safe, then the 4 on the right side, take the cue ball behind the 8.
This is
just
touchy.
A little teeny weeny dink. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, it's not too hard. Okay. Good shot. She opened it up. She didn't try to get close.
And that's 7 balls in the way. You're going to need a fair bit of spin here to get to that 4, unless you can tweak the edge of it off this rail. I think you can. Oh, hang on. Oh,
yeah.
Almost.
Attempt. So I'm banking this every time. And the reason why is the cue ball is going over by the 6. You got the 5 as a blocker. If you make it, you're on the 5. Hit this maybe with a touch of left. This is a tricky bank, but you're playing the safety too. So you got to get the ball speed right. And if the ball does pop out, it's going to be on the end rail. So this is one I would always shoot at. She's playing a bank in the side, which is very aggressive because this is a sellout probably if she doesn't make it.
Oh, look at that for a trick shot.
Well, then there's that.
Look at this. Oh, I'll tell you, by the end of the night, if she comes out with any more of these...
Well, this is a tough situation.
Goodness me.
Because the safety off the left side of the 4 is a scratch.
Yeah, I've got to be critical here. I mean, the shape in the 4 ball was terrible again.
Well, I mean, that was a crazy shot.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's good to play two-way shots that you're not going to usually lose on, even if you don't pull it off.
I think this is tricky. I mean, if you're trying to feather that 4 and just brush past it.
No, that's crazy trying that. That's crazy.
That's too hard.
Well,
but no, it worked. That's perfect.
That's a great shot. Because she didn't try to feather the 4. She played a shot where she got enough of it to go to the end rail.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal shot. If that's what she was playing, and I got to give her the benefit of the doubt. She was playing that. That was a phenomenal shot.
Look at the bonus she's got now. Ball in hand again.
Yeah. Are you going to play the combo or run them out? She's going to run them out. A lot of times it's good to do this just to kind of get in rhythm. I know in real life I'd run that out every time. I said no way I'd ever play the combo.
I'll tell you something else, Matt. I remember getting gubbed 10-1 in the Virtual World Snooker Championship by somebody. I can't remember his name.
Oh boy, this is no good.
I did have an excuse at the time. That was back in the day when I only had one mouse, and it was dodgy at the best of times during that tournament.
Well, this was a terrible place to put the cue ball. Now she's gonna have to get a bump.
This is easy now. You got to get a lucky bump though. But look at the table, Steve.
This is not what you want. Lucky bump time.
Well, look at what she's had so far. She's going to land as sweet as a nut. Look at that. Perfect. I mean, she's got the roll of the ball with her tonight. I'll tell you that.
Well, look at the kitty. I like the kitty. That's a Oreo cookie kitty. And, but it doesn't qualify as a cat that looks like Hitler.
No, that's what I was just about to say, Steve. I was just about to say you go to either onto YouTube. There's websites as well. Who's got the best cat that looks like Hitler? They're all black and white, obviously, most of them.
Yeah, well, that site's been around for a long, long time. My cat's on it. Yeah, I put my cat on it. Yeah, that site's been around for a long, long time.
But you spent an hour or so painting on a moustache in the poor cat.
A little bit of permanent marker.
Oh, dear. Oh, goodness me, that is a total bloodbath, dear God, Bill. 11-1 down.
7 ball, I think we'll throw in. They're close enough together. The 2-7 will go. You just got to get the cue ball up table. Well, you could kick it if you don't want to. So you draw this back past the 3. Hit it good, get the cue ball to come back. The 2-7 will go.
Yeah, it's just got a line that's threatening to go out, but I don't think I don't think it's that bad.
It's not going to go out. It's going to throw.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a fair chance we can get there.
Well,
not now, but look at this. I mean, she gets the bump. The 2's in play. Everything's all good. Yeah, I got a gobbledygook reply from Stubb to my message to accept the proposal. He's going to hang it off. When's the deadline date for it? Is it still a few days away? So he'll keep you dangling on a string here, Matt.
Well, the problem Stubbs got is if there's a problem making a match, he's going to end up having to forfeit because when you don't respond to stuff, that's always a demerit.
Yeah, he's his own worst enemy. I mean, he's had his fingers burned for that in the past. He'll never learn.
Yeah, but you got to give him credit. You have to give him credit in a big way.
Well, in what way, Steve? What for?
He's not in jail. Oh boy, look at that.
Oh well, there's a mistake.
Was a rattler.
And this is going to allow Mr. Fox to stay in touch now. She should have, let's face it, she should have been 3 in front there, and she knows it. Although, having said that, Mr. Fox is going to have to get juicy here with the cue ball again. Big time.
Coldest Pillow wants to know if I've seen his hippo. Yeah, I did see your hippo.
What the hell are we talking about now, hippos?
Is that your pet, Coldest Pillow? You got him out in the backyard in the pool?
I'll tell you, if you've got a hippo in your backyard, the roses will be blooming.
I'll tell you what, if you got a hippo, you want to stay away from it. They're nasty creatures.
Yeah, you won't want to be. You won't be short of any feed for the roses.
You won't be going swimming.
Oh, they're very territorial, these hippos. Many a canoe they've upturned and killed people. Well, that's no good. No good, but there might be a feather edge.
Look at that. Wow.
That, I think, is absolutely spot on.
I don't even know how to do that shot. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely nailed.
Let's see if he gets the game out of it.
Oh, hang on a minute. LS3's at it again. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, you could not write this script. I mean, how many times has she done this? Crazy stuff, either getting a roll of the ball and now she kicks it in. Well, I think Bill will be glad when this is all over. 13-1.
He's not going to get as many as Spud Boy got.
No, I mind you, that's a winner's side match, isn't it?
Take hold of pillow. When the score's like that, it isn't a matter of Bill playing good. Bill isn't getting a chance to play, probably.
No.
That's probably the issue. There ain't a whole lot of chances.
He might have done well to get one. Let's put it that way.
Well, let's see what LS3 is going to do here. You got to play safe, don't you?
Oh no, this is blasting this in and hoping to get. Well, she's been lucky all night, so why not?
I think she's playing safe. She's going to put the cue ball on the 7.
Oh no! She's got to. Yes, she is playing safe. There's a surprise, but that's no good.
That was a tough way to go because if you didn't get the 6th in enough, you end up with this.
So this should be all square again. I mean, out into the table for the 7. Where's this going to go wrong?
Well, look at these names. We got Spooky Moldar, Krusty Flugkuchen.
Yeah, Spooky Mulder I've never heard of.
I've seen that name before. Yeah, we've all been there. Yeah, like the time League Van Corteza beat me 9-0. And no, I didn't play good. I was like an idiot. He was looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I mean, great player, but I had chances. There's no way it should have been 9-0.
Nine apiece. And Rye. Now,
well, this is a good opportunity here.
Look at this 3 ball.
Bank the 3s. Probably not. She doesn't seem to like banks. Take the bump and come out pretty good. You know, she's been rolling pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I think she's been rolling better than Mr. Fox here. Is she going forward? No. This is one you want to just nip back. I don't see nip. She's going forward. I don't know why you would go forward here.
Now, why is she trying to break? Why is she trying to break them out? All you had to do is come out far enough for the cut.
You just nip it back. So now that was a classic example of the LS3 of old. That's what she used to do, and she got better. She stopped doing that kind of shit, and there it reared its ugly head.
Again, it's just about, keep it simple. If the shot's there to get to that by playing the right way, then
I just don't get it.
Yeah, it always puzzles me.
But I will say that, if she does that this match, that's a lot better than the 10 match she used to do. So, it's gotten better.
Yeah,
but that tendency still lurks.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want to do many more of them. I mean, although it's 9 apiece at the moment, we are nearer the business end now than earlier in the match. So you want to cut that out. Now, combo coming up. And as long as you get there or thereabouts, it's pretty much stone dead.
Yeah, this should be easy to get on. You just got to cheat the pocket a little. Now, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah. And the reason I wouldn't have done that is because all kinds of bad things can happen, including getting kind of funny like this. Not that he should miss this. I mean, but when it's a combo, it's never any kind of guarantee. no such thing as guarantee when you come into combination shots, unless it's just so stone dead and sitting so in front of the pocket that any numpty could make it. Got it in.
Right, now.
So now he's going to have to go to the other side unless he's going to do something else. Now, I like going forward off the end rail and bumping the 9. That's the shot I'd shoot here. He may try to come around the corner. Yep. And that's a very good shot.
That'll do it. Yeah.
That's about as good as you were going to get. You know, he didn't miss the 7 by a lot. Now you can hit a little right English. Yeah, very well done. Pat says 14-2, come back as on. Well, he's just got to get to 3, so at least he can tie a Spud Boy.
Yeah. Running out of racks, though.
Cobra, you had a gin and tonic yet? I haven't heard him say anything for a while.
He's probably on his 3rd or 4th now, I think, now that you've asked him.
If he's still awake, we may find out.
Yeah, it's getting to that time of night as well. He could have left the building. No alcohol today. Sobriety has set in. This getting there. Oh.
Well, you got to have some days like that.
Well,
I don't drink much anymore. I'm like kind of a 1 beer kind of guy. I'll have a beer. Most nights I'll have 1 beer. Sometimes nothing. I didn't have anything last. Well, I did have a beer last night.
See, that shows you how much you're drinking, Steve. You don't even remember you had a beer last night.
Well, I just thought, you know, I probably drink about 4 or 5 days a week, but it's usually just 1 beer.
Well, I don't drink at all. I've had no alcohol for goodness knows how long.
So that means you're the only one in Scotland that doesn't.
Well, it's still a national pastime, has to be said.
Yeah, there's 2 things Scots like to do: drink and fight.
Not necessarily in that order. They don't need to be drinking to then look for a fight. I was hosting a party for 200 guests today. I shall drink tonight. What the hell were you doing at the party then? Was it dry? It must have been an exciting party if there was no alcohol with 200 guests.
Oh yeah, Matt, you work at a resort, right? So you're like hosting a party at the resort.
What, are you a red coat or a blue coat?
What the hell's a red and blue coat?
A red coat or a blue coat is they're generally part of the entertainment team at what we call holiday camps over here.
Well, you guys come up with some strange vocabulary.
Yeah, but you see that this is going back many years. This has been it was a traditional holiday in the UK for many people, where they'd go to a holiday camp. You'd have entertainment laid on for you. You'd take the kids with you. You'd live in a chalet for a week or a fortnight. You'd have the outdoor swimming pool. You had places called Butlins and Pontins. They were the popular places to go to. There's still Butlins.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like you guys all talk the same. I was watching the TT stream, and guess what they're saying? Last Chance Saloon. Like, sounds like Hugh's doing this.
Yeah, redcoats do. In fact, you look at most of the comedians and comics in British television, that's where they all started. Bradley Walsh, all of those folk, that's where they did their homework.
The last British comedy stuff I watched was, what's the thing with the cat? The cat thing.
The thing with the cat?
Yeah.
You've got me stumped there, Steve.
The thing with the cat. What the hell is its name?
Oh, wait a minute. I've got you now. You're talking about Red Dwarf.
No, not Red Dwarf. I watched that, but no, it was like a panel of people and
A panel of people with a cat.
well, it wasn't a cat on the show. It was in the name.
Like 8 out of 10 cats.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Cats does countdown. There's 2 programs.
They had the smoke. Cats does countdown. They had the smoking hot mathematician on it, and they had some very funny people on it, and they did some crazy stuff. Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, what's her name? I've forgotten her name already. And she does Rachel. Oh yeah, Rachel's a beauty. She definitely is a beauty. In fact, you can go to YouTube and watch videos of her. Yeah, not that I've done it, but I'm just letting you know.
That was that was really a refreshing show, you know. And you watch comedy here. There's nothing like that. Okay, got by it.
And she's sneaking out again. Right. So what do we do here, Steve? Do we play for play to stay top side of the 6 and play sensible, or do we do something crazy?
I just roll the floor and play the bump on the 6. At this point, where she is, roll the 4 and then cut the 5 and bump the 6. That's what I'd be doing here.
Why don't I mean? Obviously, if you jack up to hold the cue ball a bit more, then you're making the shot that bit more difficult. But if you get a good line in the 5, you can just drop in and leave the cut down the rail. You're on the 7, no problem.
Well, you could try to get behind the 5.
That's what. She didn't.
So
she didn't.
That's a hard shot because you're getting the speed right on that.
And you've
got that's what happens when you don't. But the good news is you got a pretty good safety here.
Yeah, I think you've got to do more. You've got to try and put more sort of drag in that shot rather than the stun. And it's difficult to execute.
That's why I would have rolled the 4 and shot the 5 and taken a bump on the 6.
Got to duck here, haven't you?
You don't have to, but I think it's wise. This is a tough safety, though. There's a couple different options. She's going with the easier one in the sense of.
Oh, it's beautiful. If it's got the legs. It looks good.
I think she got it.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No. Oh, no.
No, she does. There. Well, yeah, I think you can shoot it. Well, the good news is that the 6 ball's covered. The bad news is that the combo's there. Although any combo with a ball on the rail.
Well.
That's a good shot, but there's no joy. So.
Now, I know what I'd be doing here, Steve. I'm overcutting the 6 to the long rail, sending it to the back of the 8 and ducking down table. Although I'm probably leaving a dodgy cut on.
This is not that easy a situation. This is pretty tricky, as a matter of fact.
I wouldn't want to overcut that to the rail and come back and bump the 8. I would want to try and sneak in it and run down here.
Yeah,
that's what I'd be trying.
Your shot's not bad because you can try to get on the 7 too.
Yeah, and see, he didn't give it the legs though.
Well, but they got the important thing was angle. Unfortunately, that cut is very makeable.
Yeah, everybody's going for this.
Albie's missed the ball, Matt says. Forgers was better. I don't know if we had that here. Oh boy, look at this. Well. It wasn't that easy a cut.
Well, there we go. Carol Vorderman used to host. She used to be the words and numbers person on Countdown, which is a quiz show that's been on here for like 40 years. And then she began to get too old or want too much money, so they kicked her out and got Rachel in. Now, what's Napnicker saying? Good evening to Napnicker. Napnicker is saying, just to keep Steve right, the proportion of non-drinkers in Scotland is higher than in many other parts of the UK. Google AI. Well, there's a stat for you.
That is a pretty crazy stat.
Yeah, but I think the drinkers in Scotland make up the volume of intake against the non-drinkers.
Do I really believe that? That's the question. I'm not sure I believe that.
Well, Mr. Fox, back in front. We might be going all the way here, I think. He's got that written all over it. And the 3 balls going in. 1 ball, this is out. This is out every day of the week, so this might be the big one making the move for 2 in front. Oh dear. That's the worst shot of the night there. Look at that for a shot. Look at where the 4 ball is, above the 7.
Well, that's not going to do him any favors.
I mean, what the hell was that all about? Did he miscount there, or did he think he was in the 5? Because he's played to come out and cut the 5. I think he's forgot about the 4.
I've done that. I've played shape on the wrong ball before. That's,
we've all done that. Yeah,
we've all done it. Never a fun moment.
Well, that's why, I keep saying, before you make your move, know where you're going. That is, check where the balls are. Well, what we're doing, thin cut or a bank?
Oh, I think he's got to cut this. It's just, or she's got to cut this. It's just a little tricky on the 5. The speed is going to determine how much of the 9 it hits.
No, Albie's on the hill, 18-3. Well, at least Bill matched Spud Boy.
Well, that worked out nicely.
Now, just hold the cue ball, play the 6 into the opposite corner, or do you try and get yourself out onto the 6 ball? Yeah, she's trying to get herself out.
I probably would have held it, but that works. I mean,
that angle's fine to go forward and come back up. And Albinario, a crushing victory. I think that's the best way to describe it. A crushing victory for Albinario. 19 racks to 3. Oh dear, Bill. Well, Bill obviously doesn't play as much as he used to, but
I like that. You see that? The ones that drink make up for those that don't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. One Pocket Slim says, what's the story here? Well, it's not anywhere near the bloodbath you've just witnessed, Slim. This could go either way.
Yeah, well, this match destined from the start to be a pretty good match. These players are fairly close.
And the other thing, Slim, is the LS3's in every roll of the ball you could get tonight. Every roll of the ball. Now is she going to get the break? Get that follow-up rack. Keep begging for one. Welcome to Rabbit. I think you got a wee bit nervy earlier on, Rabbit. Just one or two too many mistakes.
Well,
just at the wrong time, as a matter of fact.
What she's going to do here?
Well, 7 balls
shoot
gone.
The 3 up in the corner. I think the 3. I mean, the 1 goes in the corner. I think. Well, she's lining up like she's playing a triple.
Yeah, it looks like it. And that's the only problem. You just don't know where you're going to have a shot, but she's got a shot. And she should be out. All hinges on the 1, really. I mean, cue ball might come out and bump.
The problem, Robbie, isn't doing mistakes. It's doing too many.
Yeah, well, that's what he did do. He was in the match, and then they crept in. I mean, there was mistakes from both players early on, but Rabi just got a bit too many more at the wrong time in the match. But this might be a breakthrough for LS3 here if she can take this out. Get that break in the next rack.
Well, she'll be ahead. She was ahead once before. And then she did some things to get herself behind. It's
4 ball right now. Is that the 4 ball or the 8 ball? It's the 4 ball. And that'll do it.
I mean, they should have called this game I Did It to Myself. Or possibly shoulda, woulda, coulda, although that's probably a better name for golf. You notice all these hard games are 4-letter words like pool, golf,
Snooker.
well,
SNUKA.
that's why snooker's not one of the really hard games, because it doesn't have a 4-letter word.
That's what I'm saying. It is a 4-letter word. SNUKA. Snooker.
That's
five.
That's 5.
That's 5. I can't count.
Even in Stubbish, it's not 4 letters.
Here's Albinario into the chat to gloat and say, look at how good I am, chaps. I've just slaughtered Bill. Look at me. I'm the big I am.
Oh, Albie, you're so cruel taking Mr. Bill down like that.
Oh dear! I mean, he's still the blood's still dripping off his hands, and he didn't even take time to wash it off.
It's just like all those old Mr. Bill videos. Remember those things where Mr. Bill was always getting thrashed?
Oh dear!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Hugh?
No, I haven't a clue what you're talking about. I'm just agreeing with you, Steve. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was this little doll, Mr. Bill, that was always getting burned up and run over.
No,
you never saw those videos, huh?
No.
And yeah, he'd get trashed.
There's a good question. I can't remember. Who the 9-ball world champion is at the moment. My memory doesn't go back that far. Look at who's been hiding in the background there. There's Larry. Oh, is it something on Saturday Night Live? We never see that over here. They don't show that over here. Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, you can go on YouTube and look at them. They're old, but that's what happened to Mr. Bill on this one. It's like one of those animations.
Well, the 1 ball's not going anywhere. Question is what do you do here? Or does it go? It does go. I never even thought that went past the 6. It does go.
Yeah, this is a little tricky getting it out far enough for the 2. You got to hit this a little harder than you think to make sure you get the top to go forward. And there we go. That's perfect.
Little bump.
Yeah. Hit it at good speed.
Now it's all about controlling this pace here for this 5. I think you want to get as good as you can in this. It needs to keep going. And that's not bad. I mean, what do you do now? Do you go around the corner or do you start checking this up to come back into the middle of the table? It's a bit high angle to try that, is it not? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, either way works. Me personally, at this angle, I'd probably go around. I'd probably go up and down like that.
Yeah, I just checked it a bit.
So it's natural to play the 6 on the side. You can check this if you want. I don't like playing it in the same corner as the 5 because you can get too funny on the 6. So I would either check this or play the 6 on the side.
Or up top.
She's going to play it at the corner. And I like that shot because it was simple. That's probably better than what I was saying. That was very well done.
Oh, I thought that cue ball was going to a nasty spot there. But
So
on the brink of a 2-rack lead.
LS3's never had a 2-rack lead, I don't think. She's
No,
making a little run here, and it's just at the right time. This is when you want to get ahead.
Yeah, you can be behind all match as long as you're in front at the right time when it matters.
Yeah.
That's the only important thing about it.
Why is she going forward with this? Don't you just want to hit a stop shot here? Why would you go forward here?
Yeah. I mean, it's fairly straight enough just to hold the cue ball. I mean, well.
She liked that way.
Yeah, she's not going to miss this, though, but... Well, this is a very important break as far as Mr. Fox is concerned, because what he doesn't want is LS3 running out, because then it could be trouble.
You guys can't decide on Riley or Vorden. Now you can't decide on these guys. Me personally, I'm going with Rachel Riley.
Well, it's dry.
Larry's like, who's that? We've thrown Larry for a loop with a non-American reference.
Well, Larry, just
Larry's
get yourself onto YouTube and just type in Rachel, Rachel, Riley, and...
But then he doesn't know what show she was on.
No, he doesn't need to. That'll
he
find her,
just
no
looked
problem.
her up. Yeah. It's the Cats and the Countdown or whatever.
She is a cutie. Watch this for a combo. I thought that was going to combo the 3 there. Well, there is a combo. It's coming right now. Very important visit now for Mr. Fox. He's got to show his mettle here.
Yeah, and this is a tricky little guy here.
Wit says she's kind of skinny. As long as there's enough to grab hold of, that's all that matters.
She's kind of skinny. Well, you know, there's somebody for everybody.
Oh, needs to hold up to have any kind of shot.
Yeah, you cut this in the side or you go in the corner. It definitely goes in the side. It's a little bit squeaky tight. Probably going to go in the corner.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm going to miss it. All right, so I'm expecting LS3 to play safe here because she seems like she's, you know, and at this point when you're up 13-11 and it's a race to 15, you play safe every time here. This is not a time to take a flyer.
She's no Vanna White.
Oh, no. She need to hit way more of the 2-ball. What was that? You want to take the 2-ball? Oh, boy. The important thing was getting the cue ball down there behind the 6, 7, 9.
20 people watching. Well, it's not a record, but if those 20 people, well, 19 because I'm in the stream, if those 19 people would hit the like button, that would help me very, very nicely. Thank you very much. And most of you can't be arsed doing it, and all it needs is just a little click. It's time you get into the habit of doing that, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works.
Well, if you really want to see the good pictures of Vanna White, look up Vanna White lingerie. She did that before she started doing Wheel of Fortune.
I don't do lingerie, Steve.
Lingering? You don't linger?
No, lingerie. That's the phonetic way of saying lingerie. Lingerie.
That's the Scottish way of saying it.
What about that?
Lingering.
I mean, everybody must have seen videos of that. Is she Spanish, that weather forecaster? Her that... I mean, let's be honest, she can... I think they paint the dress on her, let's put it that way. I don't know whether she's still doing it, or she's Mexican. I don't know whether she's still doing weather forecast, but she obviously must have brains about her, but most guys aren't looking at the brains.
Well, this is looking a lot like it's going to be... Now, 14-11. This is just all speed. You just got to hit this at a nice speed.
I was looking at the chat there. How did Mr. Fox miss the pot? What? He obviously missed something. That's overcut. That's overcut.
She got the speed right, but didn't make the ball.
Well, the ball's far enough out of the pocket to actually get that edge.
I'll tell you what, that really hurts. 13-11, she's about to go on the hill and she does that. That is a big, big owie. Ow.
He's got too much of the 9. It's a thin cut, cue ball all over the place here. Watch the pockets. Well, this is going to be good, I think, if it spins and runs. It's going to be very good.
50-yard line.
Pretty good. Still not a gimme.
Shouldn't be a problem. I mean, that really hurt for her not to get out there, because that was like almost guaranteeing a match. If you're up hill 11, you need 1 to the other person's 4. Now all of a sudden it's anybody's game. That really hurt.
$13-12. 1 ball in the side. Is that the first time tonight the 1 ball's gone in the side? 7 ball gets kicked in. 2 ball is a wee bit of a testy cut. Not into the side necessarily, but it can be cut into the side, and the cue ball will go 2 rails into the table for the 3 if you fancy it. Yep. Well, that's too heavy. That's way too heavy. That's terrible.
Yeah, did not get the speed right. Now he can still cut this. That 9 helps him.
He can thank himself he got the bump in the 9. Oh dear.
Boy, you know, that's happened a lot this match. There's been a lot of balls hung up. Have you noticed that? That's probably like the 5th or 6th one this match that's hung up, and both players have done it. So as soon as he gets it where it's looking like that miss is going to make it hill, he does that, and it's right back to you're in trouble. It's going to be hill 12.
Well, not till the cue ball's up in the 5, it isn't. No, she's not doing that. She's quite happy to play the cut. Hugh wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced of what. You've got to tell me what I wasn't convinced of, because I'm missing half the chat here. Well, LS3 will be breaking for the match.
You're talking about a cowboy tourney? What you guys are talking about?
I do.
Is that what you want next for the World Championship, cowboy?
Well, it's past its anniversary, Steve. If you go check, the anniversary was in May. Snooker will be for next year.
Well, the other one we could do is cribbage.
Yeah, cabbage is an option. Cribbage. Yeah.
That's a brutal game. I mean, it's a difficult game.
Well, it's difficult when you're poor at arithmetic. That one thing, if you're not good at arithmetic, then you're in trouble. Because you can spend half the time with your both hands sitting there counting your fingers.
You don't even have to be good at arithmetic. Once you play it enough, you know which balls go with which. You don't even have to add. Oh, it says 3 cushion. Larry says cribbage.
Well, it might be a good idea, Matt, in the long term to leave snooker for another year, because you've got to maybe have the hunger for it in terms of the amount of bodies that want to play in it, and there wasn't really a great deal of hunger.
What if we
run
in
the last one?
2 World Championships, and we make it, instead of 10 days and 5 days, we make it 12 days and 6 days. What do you think of that?
That's going to ruin Stubbs' chances now, because he'll be confused with the amount of times he has to get on his toes and start actually replying to these proposals a lot sooner than he does.
Well, no, that's more. It's standardized FFS. What do you mean same time? You're talking about 10 days and 5 days? I'm talking about the time you have to schedule your match. Because if you're doing 2 at once and people are in 2 of them, I think they're going to run into trouble trying to get matches in. You get in the losers bracket in both of them, and you got only 5 days apart in 2 tournaments. What's going to happen?
I think we've got a winner here in a minute.
What do you mean so long between tournaments? This tournament started the day after the last one ended.
I mean, well, I think
I guess a day's too long.
I think she could have played that better, but she's leaving the cut, and you're asking for trouble doing this.
Yeah, this is like this is a tester. So the main thing here isn't really as much making it is deciding what you're going to do with the cue ball. This is a little tricky cue ball wise. The natural, it wants to roll between the end rail and side pocket, below the side pocket. Although it's close to the side pocket, I'd hold it a little if I was doing that. She's going to go above it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I think she's got it. So what do you guys want? Who wants standard tournament schedule?
Well, like a set amount of tournaments that were agreed on that are the standard list of tournaments that are going to be played during the year or over a period of time, whenever that might be.
So you guys don't want 2 tournaments at once? Is that what you're saying? I'm confused.
Right, LS3 is the winner by 15 racks to 12. Let's have a quick look and see where she's placed. Interchange X went through earlier on today. Now, where's LS3?
Well, I'm thinking 2 at a time, but making the time between matches bigger, because I know that's going to be an issue. I mean, Albin already told me before that was going to be an issue for him. So I think it's got to be more time between them.
LS3's waiting on the winner of that match with Shibo and Bedhead, which is tomorrow night, which is the one I'll be covering tomorrow. So the remaining matches in the schedule: Shibo Bedhead tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. British Summer Time, and then you've got Potman and Demon. That's another one in the schedule. I don't know that Demon's going to show up. Did he show up? He did show up, didn't he? Aye. That's set for Thursday at 5 p.m. And then a Acero Spectre Dawn on Wednesday. Wait a minute, that's Tuesday. I can't read. Wednesday we have that match at 2 p.m. I'll be there for that one. And then Slim will be doing Cold as Pillow with him next Sunday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So that is a schedule. So getting back to this tournament thing, first thing is, remember we were supposed to have Honolulu. That went pear-shaped. What's the deal in Honolulu? Because that's a totally fresh game that we haven't had a tournament on.
I think I fixed the problems with it, but I'm going to need you guys to test it, make sure. Because there was 2 issues that came up when I tried to run Honolulu. One was a mistake that I made in the setup, and the other was there was still an issue in the game.
Right, so that then would need to go in the back burner in terms of whether it would be in a list to be intended to be played until it has been tested. So that sort of puts it out of the equation now in terms of deciding what's going to be the next one. I mean, that's a future thing now.
We could do cribbage and cowboy at the same time.
Yeah, what about that? Cribbage and cowboy, that sounds like a good meal.
Hopefully they don't cannibalize each other.
Yep. Cribbage and cowboy. Black ball must be coming round again.
We'll play everything that starts with a C. What else starts with a C? Cribbage, cowboy, anything else? Banks does not start with a C, Cobra. Cobra hated Banks. He hated Banks, and now he wants to play it again. I love it. He's been converted. Well, now you just got to start trying one pocket, Cobra, and we'll have you completely converted.
3 cushion. If you don't count the 3, the cushion counts as a letter C. Cobra's all for that 3 cushion, but it's probably not at its anniversary yet. So
I don't know. I'll take a look and see. I'll come up with something here real quick.
Yeah, there's a choice. Cribbage and Cowboy.
We'll try the 2 at once and see what happens.
Right. Well, there's matches in the days ahead. I hope you can join us for those. Well done to LS3. She lives to fight another day. And, well, these should be good matches upcoming. Looking forward to them, especially a Sarah Spector match midweek.
Yeah, and I'm missing that, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, they will be on the playlist. There's a playlist for every tournament that I stream, and you can catch up on those if you miss them. So have a look at them on my channel. You'll find them easily enough because it's headed playlist. Any fool can find that. Right. So I'm heading off. Thanks to Steve for his company.
Yep,
thanks to all of you watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you again very soon. And I will bid you good night.
Good night.